And we're back. We watched SuperNova do a little bit of nice messing around with this kind of unusual proxy mine factory. A little bit of Reaper there to do some scouting, but definitely that proxy mine forces stalkers. The Reapers also force stalkers, some of the biggest disruptions to early Protoss plans. All this harassment, no big deal. We can easily retreat if we need to, like that. And this double-pronged harass is nice. Forcing a couple more zealots, but we continue to retreat by these thirds. Oh, what do you know? Okay, well, you had to cancel. So yet again, SuperNova makes this rather interesting decision to get 5 barracks to get everything up before he winds up with a command center, which is coming up here. But a couple of key things happen around that 12-minute mark that I'm totally trying to scrub to. There we go. Going to the SuperNova cam. I'll just note that he built this engineering bay early and got the infantry weapons. I'm not going to look at the exact timing right now. I talked about blind Vikings in game 1, and there we see not 1 blind Viking, but 2 incoming. Coming on up. I think it's very easy to make the mistake of saying, oh, he went Dark Templar, therefore he will be going High Templar. Alicia very famously would go Dark Templar drops into Colossus, and it was a really good build. Worked amazingly on Shakur's Plateau for a long time. So here, blind Vikings, because you know what? He still doesn't know. And upon entering in here and seeing some Immortals up, and then also seeing, very importantly, charge. Boom. Charge. You can conclude from charge, and you can conclude, you know, from a lot of Immortals, you can conclude largely by just not seeing the Colossus right now on any front, that this guy is not going Colossus. So great. His 2 starports are going to be fine. Ghost Academy is going to be the choice for SuperNova. And then he's going to expand. Woo, baby. Now there's another both sweet and subtle move that we're going to be seeing out of SuperNova. And that is this Starport. It's very easy to work on that simple paradigm of Vikings counter Colossus and Ghost counter Templar play. But this medivac count is going to get huge for SuperNova. He's going to get so many damn medivacs! And remember, we are not some wealthy, high-econ Terran player. I do think SuperNova could have gotten, you know, +1 infantry armor. I think that would have been a fine choice. But definitely no Mobius reactor. Just going straight for the ghosts immediately. Spamming them ghosts out, getting a lot of Marines. Still spotting the third. Just checking to make sure that there is no third. Here. Really cool snipe here. Pew! Picks that off. Tries to kill off as much as possible before... Oh, not gonna work. But this same basic look we saw at around 10 minutes. When the harass began, all this stuff is chilling at home. SuperNova is not making his forces vulnerable. He's not going out into the middle of the map. He's staying almost exclusively back with this medivac troop moving out and monitoring thirds. Takes some serious hits, but hey, medivacs are coming out of plenty, so suddenly the storms, if we eat some storms and then retreat, we'll heal up almost immediately. Look at this cool command center placement. Really poignantly aware of how critical this positioning is. Now look at this army for Protoss. He actually did have another Templar earlier, but he has 1. He has 2 Immortals, 2 Sentries, and an Archon. And that's it. These Zealots, not going to do everything. They're not going to do anything. That might have looked horrific. Trap actually only lost 5 Zealots. Or excuse me, 6 Zealots in that. And yet again, SuperNova is going to make kind of the same-ish play. Well, you might be trying to transition, but the fact of the matter is, he has exploded up to like a whopping 11 medivacs. Excuse me, 12 medivacs. Boxes some SCVs. Has 3 command centers. This timing is insanely effective against both Colossus players and Templarian players. These ghosts, not a ton of them, just some of them. This is a heavy reliance on the mineral army. Scans pick off these High Templar on the high ground. These SCVs don't even really... actually, in that circumstance, they did contribute pretty significantly, but... look how badly SuperNova wins this battle. Like, if you said real badly, you're correct. Eating shots. Storms landing. It's fine. It looks as though SuperNova is getting whittled, but... I mean, you can just see from the supply counts. I mean, all those probes were killed off. GG. Delaying the Protoss' third, and then killing them before the third really has that much momentum. Nice. We can actually see some of the effects of this harassment early. Remember when this big attack was happening at the front? Well, yeah, that's around the time Trap was trying to take his third. Doom, 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 doom. There's the big attack gonna come in. Doom, 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 doom. And the first mineral gets returned at the 16-minute mark. Ooh, Templar being warped in. We're totally going to defend this expansion from any invasions that could occur. Gas begins being mined from the third as the attack happens at the front. So it looks like right now we can warp in 1 extra Stalker. And soon enough we can warp in an extra Templar as a result of these geysers. Yeah! Delay his gas and hurt him hard. Yeah. So let's go ahead and recap while we begin. Alright. I think we're okay. Let's begin taking some questions. In this daily, first what we did is we watched a kind of standard-looking TVP, and we saw that a lot of players are focusing on some big, gassy things. Woo! Upgrades for Terran aplenty. We see things like upgrades for Protoss, and Colossus Tech, and Templar Tech, and a lot of gateways. You Protoss, you're insane. But this is the kind of norm, and things begin to heat up around 10 minutes. SuperNova brings the heat real fast. With this proxy mine play. The proxy mine play can win outright, and even if it doesn't, forces a lot of observers to be made, forces a lot of stalkers to be made, delays the gas at that expo quite a bit. Sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, so we see that delays this gas count by quite a bit. Well, gee, I mean, to be able to do that, SuperNova's delaying his own economy. What's he sacrificing? Well, he's delaying his third command center. He's de-emphasizing upgrades heavily. And he's starting his Marine production a little bit delayed. And as a result, SuperNova will still have about as many Marine Marauder, but Protoss is going to have a lot fewer Colossus and Templar. And that's why this 16-minute mark is a really nice timing push. Yeah. I'm going to take this question because it's irrelevant. From XX Sirius 38XX says, Day 9, how can I get the proper motivation to begin my gaming blog? One of the biggest illusions in life is that you need motivation to do anything. I'm not motivated to do a lot of things, but I still do them. And there you go. There's every possibility that you, XX Sirius 38XX, Just go write your first blog post right now. Write one blog post after every daily, and all of a sudden you'll be writing 5 blog posts a week. Done! Who needs that? Your brain is constantly lying to you. I just ignore my brain. Legal Feist. Oh, Pants B's here. Thank you so much for the birthday note, Pants B and Mrs. Pants B. Legal Feist says, I'm asking this for Little Big 11, who had to leave early. Why did Trap not use more warp prisms? Is it because it's too big of a risk to drop, or because it takes away from robo production? In Game 2, well, there was the warp prism harass that popped in there throughout with the Dark Templar. Oh crap, I closed the game. Let me just assure you that in Game 2, the back base was struck a little bit by warp prism harass. And what wound up happening? Well, there was a bunker there, so it was easily defended. Where is this game number 1? I'm going to load up game number 1 and show you that also in that game warp prism harass happened and it didn't really matter. So I kind of neglected to show it. We'll see in a second. Oh yeah, Pants B just says, Day 9, the Proxy Factory Widow Mines are intended to force the robo path for observer detection. What if the Protoss goes Stargate Oracle for detection? With early gas investment, will the Terran have enough anti-air to deal with the Oracle Phoenix harassment? The game's going to be a little... God, why is it lagging so much? Maybe because I'm time-dating this game. The game's going to be a little weird, as we've seen from players like IG Jim. Phoenixes are great at lifting up the mines. Lifting them up. But what's nice is that you're being so aggressive with the mines that the Protoss player now kind of has to like stay curled back. And if they have to build 2 oracles, then holy crap are they delaying their expansion a lot. Holy crap am I dropping this pen a lot. The important thing against a Stargate player is that he's going to have to build both Stalkers and a lot of Oracles. And you, the Terran player, you already have your Marines back home defending you. You're fine against the Oracle. You don't even have a lot of spread on your bases. So you're in perfectly fine condition against just the Oracle harassment. And the Protoss suddenly doesn't have a robo even started, so geez, how's he going to get up enough Colossus? He doesn't even have his Templar tech started, so geez, how's he going to get up all those Templar in time? So you end up crushing him pretty hard. Here's the part in the game that I wanted to look at. Here's a warp prism coming up. Where's the warp prism? Is it already up along here? Where is that warp prism? There it is. Found it. Warp prism actually struck at the theoretical ideal time. It struck right as Terran is moving across the map. But we see that still, SuperNova rallies his forces to his natural expansion. He doesn't rally gung-ho to the middle of the map. So we can easily stay back and defend. So actually, kind of hilariously, this is not all of SuperNova's army. He actually has 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 21, 20. Has like 25 supply. 31. So, yeah. This is a good push. Burned Bacon Gaming says, Day 9 in TVP Lower League, I'm noticing more and more rush to Colossus Phoenix combo, removing Vikings from the field. If you cannot delay them, how do you respond? I will be very honest, if you are like Diamond and lower, far and away the most important thing is to make sure you are always building SCVs and never missing depots. And then once you have mastered that, literally never missing a single one, then make sure your money is always under 500. If you're at 600, you are fucking up. And if you do those 2 things, you will instantly get to Masters Leagues where timing then becomes relevant. Just build stuff, man. I don't care what strategy you're doing. If you just have a lot of stuff, that is way, way more important than doing the right strategic move. You could get into Masters League as Terran building only Marauders in all matchups. Maybe against Zerg you'd have to build only Marines, but yeah, you'd be pretty good. Pretty good with just Marines medivacs and the Marauders medivacs and the other 2. That is how unreal significant building SCVs and depots and keeping your money low is. And you're going to be, and I know for a fact there's people listening going, well, that can't be right. I swear to God, trust me, this is the only thing that I can't actually show that well. Since people will just be like, sorry, D9, that's not true. Immediately. But yeah, like, it's so easy to be like, well, because he's doing this and that. And then if you, like, it's so much easier if you just macro really well. So much easier. You just get a macro really hard. There you go. That is what is going to get you out. And you know, I will answer that question as, let's pretend for a moment that it is just a general, what about the Phoenix Colossus combo? Well, what's quite fortunate is that if for some reason he is going Phoenix Colossus, that's yet another drain on his gas. So if we come back to this 13-minute mark, pew! Where we have, how many, it should be a third Colossus somewhere. There it is. There's the third Colossus popping out. I mean, at this point in time, Trap doesn't really have a lot of gas. If for some reason he tried to build a Stargate and all this, well, okay, well, he has the gas to do that. 2 Phoenixes, and he already doesn't have enough gas. He needs to begin cutting things. Generally, these Stalkers are what gets cut, but we had to build some of these at the beginning. So, in fact, other tech switches get cut. God, we only have 1 forge. It's actually hard to imagine a world in which he can even get that much stuff by the time this strike comes. Really, really hard to do. If you watch those games from IG Gym where he's like getting a lot of Phoenixes, you will see that he gets like a lot more opportunity to get a lot more gas. What's that book you mentioned earlier? The Emperor's Soul by Brandon Sanderson. I haven't begun it, but I own it, so hopefully it's amazing. Stu Corruption asks, Day 9, if my Marine is in love, should I send him into battle anyways? No. No, don't do that. Put him in a bunker and let him sit and watch the SCV's mine all day. And when he goes back to the woman he truly loves, she'll say, my glorious man is back from battle. What terrors did you see? And he'll talk all about napping in the mineral line. Thanks for watching Day 9 Daily number 609. I'll see you tomorrow for some more Terran analysis. Probably Terran versus Zerg coming at you now that the Hellbats are nerfed. Take care, guys. Peace out. You're all beautiful. Bye.